wouldn't recommend it today, because today we're bringing a banger here, bro. This is going to be a good one. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell is MMT and why is it making your money worthless? Well, we'll talk about it, okay? That's coming on up here. Welcome to the show. I am Sparks. That is Pike. He's not a financial advisor, and he's on all social media at Pike Taylor Radio. Give him a follow. If you want some fire opinions about the Green Bay Packers,
that's about it.
Maybe a couple food tweets thrown in the mix. You're gonna get it over there at Pike Taylor Radio. You're a good follow.
Wait, it doesn't sound that exciting when you put it like that.
No,
it's not, I don't know.
You're a good follow.
No, man, it's hard to. You gotta be better. Thank you, though.
Better. I don't know. Look,
I want to be better.
Because I know you. Whenever I read your tweets, I hear your very sophisticated, low level, and I'm not, it takes a high level person to put this perfect amount of low level sarcasm into every single tweet you put out there on the market. It is beautiful. It is nuanced in the perfect way.
Now you sold it really nicely.
See? It's great. And if you know Pike, every time you read it, you go like this. You go, that Pike. Every time.
Devil you.
You got me again. You tickle that part of my brain, Pike.
Now I'm going to tweet like 100 times a day.
You should, because you kill it. You kill it all the time, and I thoroughly enjoy your tweets at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. I'm at Sparks Radio on all social media. I don't know. I talk about this show probably too much. I think people want to know more of my personal life, but I don't want to give them any kind of bit of my personal life. I don't like it. You know?
Why? You got a lot of fun things going on.
I'm a closed book, man. I just don't, you know what I mean? That's how I was raised.
I don't know why. You got
know,
these two cute little kids.
No.
Good looking wife. I mean, come on, put it out there.
I don't want to put it out there, bro. I don't know. Stay the fuck away from my family.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Listen to the show, but don't even fucking think about it.
Yeah, don't you fucking think about it. I'm like Liam Neeson in Taken. Stay away from my family. No, yes. I don't know. I play it pretty close to the chest. It's because of my upbringing, my mother. It's that Irish Catholic way of like, hey, yeah, everything's great here. Stay the fuck out of my business. All right. I'm dealing with my own shit. I'll open it up a bit though. All right. Went tobogganing.
All right.
Showed that.
You went tobogganing?
You didn't see my toboggan story?
No. Dude, I missed that.
Boom. Crazy, dude. Fire. I'll put it up as on the post. I'll put it up on my whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Over there on Instagram. All right.
Please do.
50
I haven't heard
miles
the word
an hour.
toboggan in 20 years.
That's what I thought. I know. No one goes tobogganing. We got up to, it goes top speed 50 miles an hour. And I think we broke that. It's cool.
Very dangerous.
They have a radar gun. They show you your speed as you're going down. It's pretty dope.
What?
Yeah. It's pretty legit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. But if it's your first time here, you're not here to listen to toboggan people or sarcastic tweets. You're here to find out what the hell is happening in the world of personal finance, and you want to laugh at the same time. Well, you've come to the right place, okay? Because we're going to break down MMT today, baby. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what that was until I started forcing myself to read about it. Now it's all I can think about. Now it's like, oh no, is this how my brain works now? Am I, instead of DMT, am I MMT? Am I MDMT? What's happening? There's all these drugs and abbreviations that affect your brain. And I think MMT might be another one. Okay.
Well, I got no idea what it is. So I got a fresh slate for you to fill up full of your knowledge.
Let me poison your brain. Let me poison your brain here on the show.
Please.
But before we could do that, Pike, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the loudest food?
The loudest food.
Yeah.
Like before or after it's cooked?
I think you just got to go with the loudest food. I mean, if the food is
Okay.
louder after it's cooked, then that's the loudest food still. You know what I mean?
Okay, well you take like a chicken, pretty loud before it's cooked. After it's cooked, it's damn near silent.
Oh,
In fact,
that's
if it,
the greatest answer ever.
thanks. Yeah, in fact, if it's making any sounds at all post getting cooked, you probably want to look into it. You might want to cook it some more. So yeah, I go with chickens.
All right, chicken, loudest food. That not at all what I was thinking about, but that's great. I was thinking of like sun chips because last night my parents are trying to watch this show, and it's like 9:00, and I'm like, I'm hungry, bro. I am like stomach growling hungry. I'm gonna pour myself a bowl of cereal, right? So they're trying to watch TV, and you open up the box. The bag is all crinkled down there, and you're and look at them. They look at me. I slowly start pouring the cereal in the bowl. It's echoing like it's like I'm in Madison Square Garden or something. I don't know what's happening. It's really loud, and then I have to crinkle the bag back down inside the box again, so it doesn't get all stale. And then you have to loud.
You haven't even started chewing them yet. That's the worst part. It's like your jaw is a fucking Bluetooth speaker.
It's exactly right. Exactly. So you say chicken, I'm going to go with cereal. Post dinner time turns into the loudest food of all time. Cereal after dark.
I would agree. Yep.
Super loud.
It's all crunchy. Yeah. I also eat like whole carrots, like Bugs Bunny, and those get really fucking loud.
Really loud.
It's not a favorite around the household here.
Oh no, is it snack time? I think I can feel the vibrations. It's every snap of that carrot. The clothes are just fluttering in the wind from each snap. Good Lord.
Yeah, got to get that fiber though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Otherwise,
absolutely.
it's either
I'm
take the noise now or take the noise when I'm in the bathroom. One or the other. Personally, I'll take the carrot.
Awful. Ash trash booty cheeks.
That's Pike after he doesn't need enough carrots. All right, what do you got, man?
Oh, hey, let me ask you this. Have you ever given a stranger a ride?
I ever given a stranger a ride?
I know you said like you gave pizza a ride one time. We're not gonna count pizza as a stranger.
I don't think he listens
Kind
to
of.
the show anymore. I think I pissed him off with my comment.
What comment?
I think he bailed. He bailed on us. He was
I haven't
pissed.
heard from him in a minute.
Yeah, dude. He was pissed on Instagram because I switched up how I was giving out my money, my stimulus money. I instead of giving it out here on the show, I switched to giving it out over on Instagram, which I'll tell you about in a second, as today is the last day. Tomorrow we give out the money, and my last $100 of my stimulus check is going out the door. So he was pissed. He was like, I listen to every show, and I've been playing in the code words and all that. And I was like, bro, I comment on the thing. I go, first, you've already won the money. You've already been a winner. Two, no one said that you have to listen live every morning. For him, it was like 5 a.m. when we do this show. I was like, you didn't have to get up. The show is a podcast and it exists on YouTube. Like you can go watch it anytime within that 24-hour period. That's the benefit of doing a pod. Now, I said, I appreciate you coming on live. I appreciate you interacting, and I appreciate you listening. You're the man, Pizza. Thanks for that. But you're not being the man right now because you're bitching that I owe you anything because I don't. I've already paid you your money that you won. Two, I'm allowed to switch where I give out my goddamn money. It's my goddamn money. If I want to give it away If I want to hand it to a person on the street, I can hand it to a person on the street. If I want to give it away on Instagram, I can give it away on Instagram. Just stop complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. For the record, people, it's not like a radio company giving us this money and we're just saying it's your stimulus. No, it's legitimately your stimulus money.
Thank you. It's my stimulus money, and I'm trying to just be a nice guy. Here's some cash. Thanks. Appreciate it. And if I want to give out my money on Instagram, because I said the contest was getting stale, I could see the number of entries going down. I could see the people not giving a shit anymore. So I pivoted. I switched. I went over to Instagram. That's why. Of course, I'm going to try to get the most bang out of my buck, literally. So, and then after that, he just dipped. He just bounced. I was like, all right, pizza. Then that's fine. You come back when you're ready. No harm, no
I feel
foul.
like he'll be back.
Maybe.
All right. Well, that's too bad, man.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Colin is here. What's up? The committee chair, Colin. He says, I think pizza expected to win more than once. Well, can't help you. All right. Can't help you, bro. What were you saying? Did I give him a ride?
So
I did give him a ride.
He wasn't wearing underwear. Is that right?
Yeah. Wasn't wearing underwear. And his pants were wet from jumping in a pool. And he was sitting on my leather seats in my car. And then he dipped.
You never had that's unbelievable. That's hilarious. But you've never given like a homeless guy or just a drifter asking for a ride. You never said, okay, fine, jump in. No.
Not true.
Okay.
I gave a mother and her child a ride once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just figured she's not going to murder me in front of her kid, or else, that's a bad example. That's a bad precedent.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
Yeah.
So what was the situation? Where'd they need to go? Why did they not have a vehicle?
Well, this was when I was a teenager and I had just bought my first car, and I was coming out of the mall, and this lady, this is pre-Uber, this is before any of this stuff. The only way to get a ride would have been a taxi. So it was, she was out of the mall and she was crying, and her child. And she was like, oh, I'm not going to get I think it was on a cell phone, had to have been on a cell phone, because she was on the phone crying, saying, you're not going to come pick me up and blah, 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 blah. And I was sitting there walking out and I heard this whole thing. And then all of a sudden I don't know what, I was like, hey, I'll give you a ride. I was like, oh yeah. Wow. She's like, will you? And I was like, wait a minute. Well, where are you going? She would have been like, I'm Pennsylvania. I don't know. And then she was like, no, I'm just going another city within the greater Cleveland area. And I was like, all right, jump in, So I did. I gave her a ride in my 95 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra and dropped her off, man. She didn't murder me and it worked out. She's like, thank you.
Nothing weird at all? She didn't try to kiss you or give drugs to you? Or
no, okay. Her kid was right there. Her kid was like, 8 or 9.
You'd be surprised.
Good point.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man.
What about you?
A guy asked me, yeah, I did once. A driftery type guy. He just wanted to go down the road. And it definitely got to the point where I'm like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Because he was kind of getting a little weird. But he got out. I sped off. I shouldn't have done it, but nothing happened.
Where'd you pick him up?
I was in Moorhead at a gas station. So I'm like filling up at the pump. And he just kind of walks over. He's like, hey, man, we need a ride. And I got kind of nervous, it's like, okay, if I say no, are you going to kill me anyway? At least give myself a shot here. So he got in, drove down the road. I don't know. He touched my leg, but other than that, it was pretty weird.
Hold on a second. So he started fondling your thigh?
No, come on now. He didn't.
Come on.
No, he didn't touch me. I'm teasing.
How was he being weird?
He just got in. I forget exactly, but I remember getting uncomfortable. Like he was saying something. Maybe he wouldn't get out of the car. I don't know. I forget. It's a long time ago.
And what did you do?
Was
did
enough
you pull
for
over
me
on the side of the road and you're like, get the fuck out?
I got him to the apartment that he said he was going, which I don't believe him. Who knows? Who knows? But this morning I was going to work and it's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And this guy, I come out of the gas station. He's standing by my vehicle, and I had just been in this gas station with him. He's purchasing cigars. Like what? And so I get out. He's like, dude, can you just drive me right down to the bus stop? And he's like grungy. He's got a big bag of like clothes, which is fine. But he's like, can you just bring me to the bus stop? I'm like, dude, I got to get to work. And in my head, I'm like, why'd you buy the cigars? You know, you don't need the cigars.
Yeah.
Why don't you get a ride to the bus stop? So
Priorities,
maybe
bro.
would've if he-
Priorities.
Yeah. Dude, I've known you for 10 seconds and I'm already like got enough info about you to know that you don't deserve a ride.
Yeah, I think the longer you live in bigger cities, and the bigger the city is, the more you give less of a fuck. You're like, dude, I got my own shit to worry about. Are you kidding me right now? You have legs, walk to the bus stop. Good luck. You know more about that than I do. Bye. I'm out. I got my own. You want me to start riding the bus with you because I lose my job? No. I gotta bounce, bro.
Right.
Out. Take care of yourself. Are you a grown man? Good luck. Bye-bye. I'm right there with
I
you.
didn't say all that.
Oh, that's what I would have said. I would have been yelling at him. Not that I like yelling at homeless people. So most homeless people, I feel very bad for, and I feel like it's a problem, very fixable problem, because it's usually mental health, you know. But then there's some, dude. I've met a lot of homeless people that just love being homeless, bro. Love it.
Really?
Yep. Especially in Vegas, because they sit there and they just sit on the on the bridge and they panhandle, they make cash and they go and they just buy booze, or they'll start playing some games, gambling, and then they'll get free booze because of the gambling, and then they just run out of money, but they're drunk, and then they go back to the bridge and sit down. And they're like, yeah, man, no big deal. We used to get calls on the radio station from them all the time. And I'm like, I used to have in-depth conversations with them. Hey, you ever think about trying to turn this around? You ever think about like wanting to do? He's like, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Brr. This is, you know, not a veteran.
What are we?
No mental, fully capable of being, you know, like, you're just call in. What are you doing? I'm airing out my feet at the Tropicana. I'm trying to win those tickets, you know, like, just unbelievable.
Good thing to say fuck that to. You ever think about turning your life and having a normal life? Fuck that.
Yeah, no way, dude. They loved it. They loved being drunk by 8. They loved sleeping at the airport. They loved every second of it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's other people that are just miserable, and I feel those are the people I feel horrible for. But
yeah, well, you can still do all that stuff and have a home.
Not for long, though. Yeah. But that's not how you keep a home. That's you end up losing the home pretty quick. All right. Well, let's jump into today's show, because today I did not expect to talk about this today. I was actually preparing for the show that we're going to be doing tomorrow. But in order to talk about tomorrow's show, we got to get some foundational basis for today. And that is MMT. What the hell is it? And is it making your money worthless? These are things that are going on right now that you and I, dude, nobody talks about this stuff. Nobody understands how important this is. Yet this is impacting policy, the economy, and the dollar bills in your bank account right now. And it's like, why is no one mentioning this? This seems pretty important, as it could lead to the downfall of everything we know and love in society. Good. So let's dive into it. It's MMT is what it is. What is MMT? MMT is a theory that's been gaining popularity lately. It stands for the Modern Monetary Theory. And this was
money had to be one of
devised in the 90s. What'd you say?
Well, I knew money had to be one of them. Bingo.
Yeah. What was the team? Was it DDT Wrestling? Is that the Diamond Dallas team, or
Diamond Dallas? No, it's DDP, Diamond Dallas Page.
That's it. Diamond Dallas Page.
What a badass.
What a badass. Now he does yoga. So you got, it's true. He has his own yoga program. You got the Modern Monetary Theory. Okay. And it basically works like this. This is what the theory says. If a country needs cash, they can just print the cash and inject it into their own economy. So you know how money used to be like, oh, this bill represents a certain amount of gold that we have, right? And then they're like, okay, fuck that. We don't need that shit. This is just a bill. Sure. It's just a piece of paper, but we believe it's worth this much money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now they're thinking, well, if we just need more money, we got the printing press right there, man. We could just print some more and just throw it in and pay our bills. What are we doing here?
Easy.
What? Yeah. Why didn't we think of this before? That seems like it would be easier, doesn't it? So here's how the whole thing works. With the MMT, the country no longer needs people to loan them money. Example of that would be government bonds. When you buy a government bond, they pay a certain interest and they hold it for 10, 20, 30 years. And then when you, after that 30 years is up, you took your money, you made interest, and the government pays you back, right? That's how the government can borrow money from people. Or the government no longer needs to pay down debt, aka the national deficit that we are under. That's currently more than our GDP, right? Our gross domestic product.
Right.
All right. So MMT kind of seems like a really great solution. Wait a minute. We don't need to borrow money. We don't have to worry about our financial woes. Who the hell invented this thing? Are you thinking that like it sounds a little crazy? Because that's how I'm painting it. I'm painting it like it's a little crazy at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that.
Okay. Here is how it works. Taxes. That's the answer.
Oh.
The answer is taxes. So the plan would be raising of taxes in order to keep inflation and the economy in check. So in theory, it's like, all right, if the economy is heating up too much, inflation's starting to run out of control, we just raise taxes, bro. We just start taking taxes up.
Easy.
That's slow spending. Things are more expensive, which means the money doesn't go as far, which means inflation is curbed, right? Doesn't cost $5,000 to buy a dollar value meal at McDonald's anymore because the tax on it is so goddamn expensive, right? So taxes. The answer is taxes. You might be thinking,
Listen, hey, Sparks, here's what I'm thinking. I'm loving what you're saying. I can hear you, but I can't see you. So keep talking. I'm going to get out of the video and come back in, okay? Because I want to see you. I want to see you talk about this.
so you're saying go to this screen? I got it. All right, cool. Here we go. I am now talking about it, and Pike has not left at all. Pike is still here. See, he's right there.
Yes,
he didn't leave
I
at
see
all.
that. Nope. And what you're saying is, boy, is it interesting.
Oh my God. You're like, wait a minute. We don't need to pay any more debt and we're just going to raise a bunch of taxes? In theory, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. In practice, have we done it before? And it's kind of true. We have done this before. And it's kind of, this is like where you're starting to go, whoa, curveball. Hold on. What? Remember the 2008 and how shitty of a year that was?
I was in high school, so I only remember gas being so expensive. And, you and your broke-ass friends are trying to get rides. And they're like, all right, dude, if I'm going to bring you across town, you got to give me $20. It's like, fuck off. Like, dude, gas, man. It's expensive. That's what I remember.
All right. I get that. I understand that. Let's see. We've got 2008. I just graduated college and I was going out into the world to find myself a big boy job. First full-time big boy job in 2008. And it's kind of tough to find a job in 2008 in radio,
Really?
of all things. That's why I had to move all the way to Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh,
Which
that
turned
wasn't
out
your first choice?
to be a blessing because that's where I met my Pikey Poo over here. Exactly.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
turns out that we did exactly this in 2008. Okay. So the plan is raise taxes, keep the inflation and economy in check. Well, during the Great Recession, the government spending, dude, they just started printing a bunch of cash. And then at that time, they were cutting taxes and lowering interest rates. So what they would do is they inject cash. Here's a bunch of money. Also, lower interest rates, lower taxes. And guess what? Everyone's going to start spending that money, jumpstarting the economy, right? The economy is going to start coming up. We're talking macroeconomics here. So the economy starts coming back up. It worked. Got it. Did we do it again? Yes, in March last year, we did it again. We said, oh no, 14% unemployment all of a sudden because of the pandemic. People are freaking out. What's happening? We're going to inject $2.2 trillion into the U.S. economy. Interest rates are going to drop. Taxes already super low because if you remember the Trump administration, they lowered taxes. It was the first thing he did once he got into office. He lowered taxes. So you got low taxes, you got low interest rates, and you have a huge injection of cash. Did inflation run rampant? No, it really didn't. It really hasn't.
I don't remember it. No.
No. Not yet. We're about to go into the third stimulus. We've already had the second one that was a lot lower, the $600 one. So I guess we'll find out what the third one's going to be here. But it's kind of like, does this MMT thing kind of work? Is this really kind of what's happening right now? I don't understand. Not quite. Because, and this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, there's this guy, his name's Dr. Michael Burry. He's warning that the world is going to shit here in a really fast fashion and that the hyperinflation hasn't happened yet. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Then you have some other people, some naysayers against this whole thing. They're saying, like the Fed chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, he's saying it's absolutely crazy to think that you can just print money and then borrow it yourself. That's a crazy notion. You're like, I'm just borrowing my own money. Like that's an insane thing. Warren Buffett is not a fan of this either. Some economists have been saying that the whole crux of this idea is raising taxes. And if there's one thing we know about America, Pike, it's what when it comes to taxes?
No new taxes.
That's it, dude. Like, people hate taxes. People hate them. They don't
Was that an obvious George Bush impersonation?
It was a great George Bush impression. One more?
Okay. No new taxes.
It's pretty good.
That's so bad.
It's pretty good. Yeah, dude. People hate taxes in the United States. They do. They just don't see... They see money coming out of their pockets and they don't see the money going to things. They don't see the money tangibly making a difference in their lives. Now, I'm not saying I'm against taxes. I'm for taxes. I think, obviously, like the rest of the 100% of Americans, there is a misappropriation of tax dollars going to things, primarily probably politicians' pockets. So there's a... Yeah. Americans don't like the idea of raising taxes. So the whole crux of this thing, how do you keep it in check, is raising taxes. People are saying, bro, that is not gonna happen. You realize no one's gonna vote for higher taxes. What are you talking about? Got it. So where does that leave us? Well, that leaves us what we're gonna be talking about tomorrow when we talk about MMT and what Michael Burry has been saying about this whole thing. Now, if you're like, well, how do we figure this out now? What are we doing now? Jerome Powell, he's chairman of the Fed. How the Fed curbs inflation and the economy and basically makes your dollar bill and your wallet and your bank account worth what a dollar should be worth is they have like one massive tool in one weapon in their arsenal. And that is... It's like they pull a lever and they raise interest rates. Like, that's it, dude. Like, interest rates, economy's going well. Fuck yeah, we're raising interest rates. You feel that? Slow down, economy. Don't go too fast because we don't want your dollar bill to be worthless, right? Oh, economy's shit in the bed right now? Boom. Pull that lever down. Interest rates are basically zero.
Well, that's a really sexy way to talk to the economy.
Borrow money, economy. Take my money. It's basically free. Create business. Pay your employees. Build some shit. Do you like that? Do you like that economy? Stuck on these teats of the Federal Reserve. And you're like, oh my God, Jerome, put it back in your shirt, bro. Like, that's fucking gross, man. I don't want titties, Jerome. I don't want to see Jerome tits. What are you doing? No. All right. Well, right now, Do you know where the interest rate is? The federal interest rate?
No, 2.1.
2.1 would make it pretty high compared to what it is. It is at 0.00% to 0.25% right now. It's basically free money. That's where the federal interest rate is. It's basically free. They're basically saying, God damn it, take the money. The economy needs it. Please start some shit, buy some shit, open a business. Please take the money. Take the goddamn money, right? He's begging you. He's on his knees, bro.
Yeah, they're down there just ready for action.
So you got the federal interest rate at around 0 to 0.25%. You've got $2.2 trillion. Then what was it? 900 billion. And now it's $1.3 trillion, $1.2 trillion. I can't remember. Stimulus packages going out into the economy. And you got the third the holy trifecta of, oh shit, what's happening here? Lockdown is starting to end. Vaccine is rolling out. The economy's going to start getting back to where it was before, right? That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
You got three things happening: low interest rates, tons of cash being injected, and the ending of the lockdown. What the hell is happening to the economy? That is where we are. That's what we're going to roll into tomorrow. And we're going to talk about why and how and what the hell's going on. What is all these talking heads, political pundits, economists, what are they all talking about? And why should you care? Because this is your cash. People are, dude, the comparisons going on right now are fucking wild, Pike. I mean, it is what they're talking about is the goddamn apocalypse is what they're like hinting at here. It's terrifying.
Also concerning. Yeah, a little concerning.
Yeah. Crazy. They're saying you could have a wheelbarrow full of cash and you won't be able to buy a stamp with it. Like, that's what some people are referring to here. Because they're saying inflation's going to go bananas.
Okay. Well, hope not.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a single wheelbarrow to my name.
Donna is here. She says, I'm getting a little turned on here. Oh boy.
That's the idea.
Yeah, we got Colin. Colin says, Jesus, are our grandchildren going to have to pay for this? Not with MMT, bro. MMT says, who gives a fuck? I mean, we don't have to pay for that at all.
What do you care anyway, right?
Yeah. Ryan is here. He says, when I was 9 or 10, my mom picked up a hitchhiker with me and my little brother in the car. Hey, we didn't die.
Oh, you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, exactly. And then the end of that story should have been like, and that's how I met my dad. All right, well, that's that's the story. How do you feel about MMT, Pike? Where you stand on it, dude? What do you think?
Oh, I'm all in on it. I mean, big fan. How could you not be after that? I don't know. I mean, what do you feel?
I'm thinking like, man, first of all, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Okay. I'm just telling you what I've been reading about. This is what I find interesting. Yep. This is what I like reading about this stuff. I don't have a lot of money. So trying to protect that amount of money is important to me. Yeah. Am I going to get a stimulus check? Absolutely. As they pass this next one, I qualify for the stimulus check. Yes. Am I going to take that money? Uh-huh. Yeah. It's not like I'm going to be like, this is MMT money. I don't want it. No one's going to say that. I don't believe in your MMT policies. I just, no, give me the money. Now, what do you do with that money? I think it would behoove you to invest that cash. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you can invest it. If you're like, yeah, bro, I got to pay my light bill with it. I got to pay. That's what it's really for.
Sure.
Yeah. Pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay some debt. pay, whatever. But if you're just sitting on it and you have it and you can put it into something, don't put it in a bank account. Put it into a company you believe in. Put it into real estate. Put it in something that you think is going to appreciate in value. And then what's going to happen? You're hopefully whatever. Inflation hurts business because as inflation happens, people have to raise their prices. It's not like minimum wage is going up. That got gutted out of the bill. So people have the same amount of money, but things are going to cost more. That hurts business because people can't buy your shit. So it's a headwind for businesses. So if you could put money into a business, then now you're on the front of that headwind. You know what I mean? Because you're on the front of that. The businesses are going to get the money before you, if that makes sense. They're obviously paying you less money than they're making. That's how they stay in business. So if you can put your money into something that keeps up with inflation, like a business or hopefully like real estate, then I think that would be a wise thing. But just keeping the money in your fucking bank account, it might be worth, literal wallpaper, which we'll talk about tomorrow with Weimar,
Literal
Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
We're crazy.
Tomorrow we're talking literal wallpaper. Is that what I just
Tomorrow
heard?
we're talking about papering your house with dollar bills because they're worth nothing. Like that's what we're talking about. I'm not the doomsday guy on the street corner that's like, hell is on its way. Repent now. I'm not that guy. I'm not saying I believe in all of this. I'm just saying we need to understand what MMT theory is before we can start talking about the goddamn apocalypse tomorrow. And they want to just start talking about the apocalypse and have everyone run around going, whoa, shit, Sparks was saying it's true. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Not a financial advisor, just a dude that lives in his parents' basement. All right. So there you have it.
You're more than that to me.
Thank you, Pike. I appreciate it. You want to get to the news that matters?
Okay.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters. Holy shit.
Want me to go?
Yeah, always. From now on, please go, because I'm so sick of hearing my fucking voice.
Jesus, I'll never ask again. Hey, they did a study, and they found, and this is a very official study published in the Journal of Behavioral Ecology and Sociobiology. You know what they found? That 85% of male insects are having gay sex on accident. You ever have gay sex on accident?
Never. I've not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I know some people have.
Yes, it is possible. Now, with the insects, the issue here is that they're basically in such a hurry to mate, to screw these other insects, that they don't really take the time to find out what kind of gender they're screwing.
They don't care.
So what happens is, they're having so much sex that odds are eventually they're going to end up screwing a male. Now, here's the thing about these males that makes it not obvious that they're males, because once you have sex, you get the pheromones from the female, and so you kind of walk around smelling like a female. And it's hard to, you've seen an insect, their eyes are real buggy, probably can't see real great. So that these male insects end up engaging in gay sex. And
I think that's a good thing, though.
I think that's kind of I think
I like
you
it.
do. Okay.
Here's why I like it. Because the more they do that, the less insects they're making. And I don't like insects.
True.
I mean, they're annoying. I'm not a big fan. I wish they would all just have gay sex all the time, because then they wouldn't be producing as many offspring, and then we would just be starting to get rid of insects. It's just, they're so annoying, dude. We don't really need them, right?
That's all it would take. One generation of insects to become entirely gay across the board. It would eliminate insects. One generation. So,
I'm in.
Yeah, I'll do my part. whatever that is.
You know what we should do?
If you see What's that?
We should just spray insect pheromones on everything, you know?
They start having sex with like trees and stuff.
Yeah, here's a toaster. Here's trash. Just spray it. Yeah, go ahead. Do that. Whatever you got to do. Yeah.
You want to screw my legs? Sure. If that means there's not going to be insects in 5 years, go ahead.
Fine. I'm completely for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. There's some insects that they say we can live completely without. That's like mosquitoes. We don't need mosquitoes. We're done. I'm done with mosquitoes.
I think we could survive with really none of them, right? I know
No.
everyone's like, what about who's going to pollinate the honey? It's like, I don't know if I can care. We'll figure it out.
First of all, honey's amazing. Are we entering the take factory on honey here?
Don't care for honey.
Oh my
Hot
God.
take factory.
Are
Here we
you
go.
kidding me? You don't like honey?
I could go without it. I've never had honey and thought, I need that.
Really?
Yeah, how often do you have honey?
Almost every
There are
day.
things
And
that
I'm
are-
not lying. Almost every day.
In what form? Honey bunches of oats?
In honey form. I put honey on stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had honey just in the fridge or in the cupboard or whatever you do with it.
What?
No, man. Stupid.
Peanut butter and honey sandwiches? You don't do that?
We trying to get diabetes? No, I don't do that. Jesus.
Dude, you're
Put some chocolate sauce in there too.
peanut butter and honey is amazing. Peanut butter, honey in your yogurt? You don't put honey in your yogurt?
No.
Honey in your oatmeal?
No. No. Honey and nothing. I'll tell you this. I did have, when I was a kid, honey with like ice cream. I think it was in just vanilla ice cream. And I remember that being good. But that's the only way.
Dude, you're an insane person. You're an insane person. You know LFO lyrics, but you don't put honey in things. You don't like cinnamon either. You don't like some of the greatest natural delicacies in the world. You're not a fan of.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I'm not about this.
Well, congrats on liking honey. Do you have a news story?
I don't want to move on from this. I mean, I'm literally blown away.
I'm finished.
I'm going to kill all the bees.
I was, to be honest, having more sex talking about the accidental gay insect sex, which is a crazy sentence,
Yeah.
than I was talking about the honey.
All
But
right,
anyway,
you're having more
we can
fun
move
on that? You know, Greg
Yeah,
has a story
then
about
you-
that, almost having that kind of intercourse.
I bet he does. Of course he
And
does.
yeah, of course he does. Yeah. It almost happened. I'll let him tell it on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Colin says, with Pike's taste, how did he land such a hot wife?
If you remember from a previous episode, Colin, there's one thing I don't mind the taste of. That's
oh
how.
my God. Colin also says P&H is awesome. I imagine that's peanut butter and honey. Donna is here. Donna says, oh my God, Pike, your palate sucks. Yes, I agree, Donna. This is why I don't want to move on. This is what I'm saying. Pike, your taste in food is the worst I've ever come across.
It's funny because I'll eat almost anything except for the 2 or 3 things we've talked about.
Instead of everything I've ever brought up here on the show.
Name another thing. What? I said cinnamon and honey.
2 of the
That's about
best
it.
flavors of all time.
That's not true.
French toast? You don't like French toast.
That's established.
Oh,
I do not. I like
so good.
I like pancakes. I like eggs.
All right.
Don't put them together. I'm finished.
Unreal, dude. I am on your side, committee. The committee agrees that you have the worst taste ever. Before I get to my story, don't forget, I want to mention this. The final $100 giveaway is going out the door tomorrow here on the show. So make sure you jump over there, Instagram at Sparks Radio on Instagram. You click on this picture, the final $100 giveaway. I'm giving out the last $100 of my stimulus check. Trust me, I want to be done with this too. I'm sick of giving out my money now. It's been 6 weeks. I'm like tired of it. Every time a Wednesday rolls around, I'm like, Jesus Christ, another $100 has to come out of my pocket. It sucks. So take it, be done, go buy something you wouldn't normally buy with it. All right. Take some of that MMT money.
Now that pizza's out of the mix, we can really get serious about giving it away.
Bitcoin, the government is rattling off some Bitcoin, dude. Which it sounds like,
okay.
Why wouldn't the government be against Bitcoin? Yeah, dude. The government auctions off stuff that it's basically repoed from people or confiscated. And there's a 0.7501 of a Bitcoin is going to be auctioned off here. They're using Monday's price of $38,000. So you're looking at 3/4 of a Bitcoin is worth $38,000 now, according to Monday's price. So they're going to be, it's going to be auctioned off by the U.S. Marshal Service because it's been repoed. It didn't say how they got it, but obviously they took it from someone that it's probably, federal drug charges or something. So they got it. They have Bitcoin in their possession. They're going to be selling that shit on auction, which is kind of a wild theory that the U.S. government is now going to be selling some Bitcoin.
Yeah. So what's the idea here? So they're going to sell it eventually for what? A fraction of the price, or
no, they're selling it for the current price, but you bid on it.
Oh.
So it's not, they're just saying it's worth $38,000, but they're going to bid. So you can go there. Hopefully you can get it for less than $38,000.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nobody's going to pay full. I mean, what would the point of that be? Because you can just purchase
correct
a Bitcoin elsewhere. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So
it's like discounted Bitcoin from the U.S. government, which is like, dude, how Bitcoin is becoming so mainstream that the U.S. government's decided to auction some of it off.
That's wild. Do they have an old school auctioneer, or how do they do it?
They didn't say. It's online, but I don't know if they have like a dude saying like, going to be sitting there. I don't know. It's online. It's from the 15th to the 17th.
That's a long auction.
Dude, in 2014, they auctioned off some Bitcoin. At the time, it was worth $19 million. The winning bid was made by venture capitalist Tim Draper. The winning bid amount wasn't disclosed, but obviously it was less than 19 million. Guess how much it's worth today?
How much?
$1.5 billion.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Unreal.
One thing like that to happen to me one time.
God, well, you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy it. It's a thing.
I can?
Have you bought any
I gotta
yet?
start listening anymore. No, I haven't bought any. Of course not. I just keep listening to people on the internet talk about it for the last 4 years. I never do actually any research.
I've been doing research on it. I've done a lot of research on it actually, but I bought $100 worth of it.
Okay.
Let's see. I bought $100 of it. It tells me right here. I bought $100 of it on January 28th, and it's now worth $150.57.
Jesus, that's pretty good.
So I haven't spent it though. It's supposed to be a currency. You're supposed to buy, supposed to use it to buy shit. I don't know anyone who's ever used it to buy things. Not saying it's possible. I know it's possible, obviously, but I've never met anyone.
I never
that's
see
like,
that option.
Yeah. Go to a store.
PayPal.
Right. Cash, credit, Bitcoin. You never hear that option. So until it starts hitting that kind of level, I feel like people are just taking it and they're hoarding it. They're just keeping it and then selling it and then buying some more if it dips. They're almost like shorting it, kind of a thing. I don't think anybody's really kind of spending it to buy shit. I know Tesla, you're going to be able to buy a new Tesla with Bitcoin.
No shit, huh? Of course it is. They're so ahead of it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Buy a car.
And you own both of them.
I do.
Look at you go.
I do. I got in it before Tesla announced that they bought it. They bought like, I don't know, $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin or something. Pretty unreal. Pretty unreal. All right, well, that's it for the show, man. That's it.
All right.
What'd you think?
Hell of a time. I learned a lot. Again, every day I learn a little more. My favorite part was all the insects having the accidental gay sex. But of course, the rest of the show was good too.
Dude, you know what? You know what else does that? Bonobos. I was reading about bonobos.
What is that?
They call it the bonobo handshake. Like bonobos are apes, right? Part of the great apes. Like we're related to them.
Oh, okay.
They're like chimps. And they call it the bonobo handshake because instead of like hugging or shaking hands, they just bone each other. So that happens
kidding.
constantly.
Huh.
Dude,
that's fun.
Google it. Google how many times a day do bonobos have sex? Google that. Poison your computer with that information.
I was just looking up. Do you know what Dr. Seuss's first book was called?
No.
You don't. Okay. I'm going to tell you. Because it's also as funny as the bonobos having sex. Okay. Here it is. All right. The Pocket Book of Boners.
What?
Yeah, I just found this out today. The first book Dr. Seuss ever published, called The Pocket Book of Boners. It contains 22 illustrations of boners drawn by Dr. Seuss. Now,
is it really like a boner, like an erection?
No. So it turns out boners, this was pre-boner, meaning an erection. It basically means like a blunder, like a whoopsie. So, yeah, he wrote a whole book about blunders. Called them boners.
Right. That aged as well as some of the other Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah. No, that one's still on the shelves, though.
Yeah, that one.
Nothing
that one
racist,
stays
nothing
on the
racist
shelf.
about it. Yeah. A good boner.
Colin is saying we need to have an episode where Pike tries all the food he hates. I like that idea. That's really good. Except for we got to figure out what day this week you're eating the jar of mayonnaise. Don't think I forgot about your punishment.
That's right. Thanks, Colin. Thanks for
I'm going to go
reminding
with
me. I'd rather eat the
Thursday. Let's go with Thursday.
Oh,
or do you want
Thursday sounds
Friday?
good. Well, let's go Friday with Greg. That sounds good.
All right, we'll go Friday with Greg. Friday this week, Pike is going to eat an entire jar of mayonnaise for losing our song competition. This is the first punishment we're doing here on the show. You have to eat an entire jar of mayonnaise. We'll be doing that on Friday. Colin says, great show, guys. Remember to tell your listeners to hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I totally forgot to say that. I'm awful. And if you want, join the Patreon. That would be huge, okay? That would be wonderful. It is Patreon.
Patreon.com/SparksRadio.
/SparksRadio. That would be really great. I'm out of here. Any last words, Pike?
Just again with the insects and the accidental gay sex.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Those over, motherfuckers. Now get